is CBS 11 News Now.
And a good afternoon to everyone. Another News Now. Thanks so much for being with us. Hopefully a lot of you all were with us earlier today at noon because we started a little bit of a Facebook Live experiment with Kristen Severance. And Kristen, first of all, we're going to explain all of this, by the way, in just a second, because this is part 2 of an experiment that we're working on here. But talk a little bit about how this relates to a big story that you're working on.
Yes. So basically, we want to know, are flushable wipes flushable?
Yeah.
Wipes industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. Everybody has them. Everybody uses them, from cleaning wipes, makeup wipes, baby wipes. So
got all kinds of wipes here.
These are not flushable, okay? But there is a part of the industry that is flushable, and these are these wipes here. Manufacturers say they're perfectly safe to flush, the flushables. Wastewater treatment managers say they're not. They're clogging up the pipes. We did a ton of research on this. It's a big talker.
Yeah.
Basically, in order to be labeled flushable, the wipes have to go through 7 industry tests.
Right, okay.
It's called the slosh box test, the municipal pump test, and we did our own unscientific test.
Right.
So we filled these all up at noon.
So that's what I was going to say. So all of these containers have water, right?
Tap water.
That's all it is. It's just tap water.
Just tap water,
and then,
that you would be in your toilet.
Right, and then at noon we drop these little wipes in them.
Yes, exactly. So at noon we put in the makeup wipe. Obviously, 3 hours later, it's still intact.
Right.
Did not dissolve. We didn't expect that.
The objective here was to see which ones dissolved. Right,
exactly.
Okay.
Cleaning wipe right here, again, did not dissolve. So here's the flushable baby wipe. We put this in at noon. It's now 3:03, and it's starting to dissolve. I'm going to shake it up, okay?
That might dissolve it completely. I wonder if just moving it a little bit, but you could see that not much of it is intact.
Yeah, you can still see it, but it is not as intact as, say, the non-flushable.
Okay.
Here's a flushable wipe. This one is really almost dissolved.
Yeah, give that a shake. Let's see what happens if you shake that up. That looks...
It's almost gone.
Yeah. There's still some pieces in there,
There's still some pieces in there, but let's see if you compare the two. I'd say this one looks like it's almost dissolved.
And just so folks know who are watching here on Facebook Live, a little bit is lost in the camera. We can obviously, see a lot closer because I'm seeing the monitor right here.
Right.
Take our word for it. This one right here is, almost completely dissolved. There's a little bit up top here.
Right.
But other than that, it's just murky water. That one still looks to be intact.
Okay, now for the big talker, the whole experiment. So we got these Japanese wipes. We were told they do really well in the test.
Okay.
You cannot get them in the U.S. It's important to point out they're not available in stores.
Okay.
Everyone was asking about them because at noon, at noon. Right here. Now we put 4 wipes in here, but when you put one wipe in, let's put one in to show. Kind of want to put wipe 5 in there
for you. Okay. So
because right away it'll dissolve. Watch. Okay. So we're going to put it in. This is our 5th wipe. That's why it looks like that. Okay. So right when you shake it.
Look at that. It's gone.
Yeah.
Again.
And now there are so many. There's particles from 5 different wipes in there now. So this one did the best, the fastest.
Okay.
This dissolved very quickly at noon.
Right.
We did some more research on this because a lot of people were asking, where do you buy them? How much are they?
Sure.
They're not available in the U.S., but the company making these Japanese wipes are working with the U.S. manufacturer.
Right.
So it could be available soon.
So, and I just want to reiterate this, Kristen, because as fun as it is to do this experiment and to share this with everybody watching on Facebook Live, the reason for this is because we're trying to illustrate this really big problem that exists right now, where municipalities are having to deal with pretty big clogs.
Right.
Because, again, people are just flushing it all down. Everyone assumes maybe that they're safe, and in some cases are causing some problems.
Right, and on the label it says flushable. So, of course, they're going to flush these ones, but the municipal managers are saying it doesn't matter if it says flushable or not, they're all clogging up the pipes.
Okay.
So I think let's show, okay, so this one is pretty much gone. This was the flushable wipe.
Yeah.
This one is pretty much gone after a couple hours. This one still has a little ways to go. This is another flushable,
Okay.
So it shows, this is what's happening in the pipes in, systems all across the country. There have been lawsuits filed because some cities are saying, some cities are saying it's such a problem that they filed lawsuits against the manufacturers saying they don't want these flushable wipes used in their systems. They've been trying to ban them. one company in North Texas is actually fighting back. One of the leading manufacturers of wipes is saying, look, we stand by our claims. Here's why. And they're fighting back.
Some people are already chiming in here on Facebook Live, so let's go to the phone here for a second. We've got Connie Willard saying, yes, this is important with the flu going around. These products are really popular right now, especially, of course, because of the flu.
I think everyone, you know, in our viewing area probably has these wipes at home because of the flu, and but just do not flush them. People, I think, are confused.
Here's Tina Kirkland-Williams says, don't flush anything like this. So I guess that's just a way to play it safe. You know, you can always throw them away.
Right, exactly. You could throw them away. The man in our story tonight, North Texas, wastewater manager, is saying he doesn't care what the package says. He's telling people, put it in the trash until we figure out, if these things really are flushable or not.
A couple of people here are asking, do we just want to set the record straight? Heriberto Ortiz, is this an ad? It is absolutely not an ad. This is a test that the Consumer Justice Department is taking care of. And as you see, we're not advertising anyone by name, any particular brand. We're being very careful of that. We're trying to illustrate something that is extremely important to point out here, because a lot of people are dealing with, a lot of municipalities are dealing with this.
Yeah, it's a consumer problem happening everywhere.
Question, me the science guy, the environment guy. Hi, by the way, if you put these in the landfill, do they eventually break down? Are they biodegradable at all, or is that something we don't know yet?
You know, we didn't look at that. It's funny.
Surprise, by the way. Well, that's a fun question coming in on you.
Our chief meteorologist, Scott Padgett here, asking, of course, the environmental question. We really just researched all wipes in the pipes.
Okay.
And these managers are saying they don't break down. So I would imagine that it would take a very long time in the landfill for them to break down as well. But
good to know.
It's a great question.
Wipes in the pipes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wipes in the pipes.
There you go.
Good to know. All right, I'm good. That was my science question. Thanks, guys. I got to go clean the weather center. So throw this away.
And disinfect all the tops here in the studio. All right. Thanks so much.
Scott.
All right.
No. To answer that person's question, no, of course, this is not an ad. This is a big consumer issue happening all across the country, in cities all across the country, and here in North Texas. These wastewater managers are saying it doesn't matter if the packages say flushable or not. They're getting through, and they're causing big backups, and the equipment is getting damaged. And it is not a this was not a glamorous assignment.
I was just going to say it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it, and Kristen Severance took the call on this one.
Yes, absolutely.
Very, very cool. All right, guys, so again, the big story tonight at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. I'll be on at 4 and 6, and then join us for the big one at 10.
Cool.
And I know a lot of people from noon were asking about these Japanese wipes because they did dissolve so quickly. Again. There's 5 in there,
that up there.
But they are not available for sale here.
Okay. All right. Wah, wah, wah. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining us here on this Facebook Live. Again, this was a really interesting experiment that we started off at noon. This was the conclusion of it. This is part 2 of this experiment that Kristen was so kind to set up for us here, along with Aparna and so many of our folks over in the Consumer Justice Department. Really cool to see all of this play out, because it's one thing to talk about it, but when we get to share all of this with our viewers, we really get a sense for what some of the problems that these municipalities are facing, right? Because you can just imagine huge
clogs, and it's not just these. Imagine the particles then getting stuck on everything you can imagine. Paper towels. We found money. Like, people flush everything down the toilet, is what I'm learning from doing this story. But then this stuff gets caught up, and it creates just these huge rags, these big issues. So.
Right. Okay, well, can't wait to see the story.
Yes.
And I hope that you all watching here will also watch Kristen's story. It's going to be a great one, very insightful. So again, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you. We're at 4 o'clock. Going to go get ready for the 4 o'clock news. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.